Hello friends, we'll discuss photosynthesis in this video. As we all know, photosynthesis is the process which transforms sunlight energy into chemical energy stored in sugars and other organic molecules. That's very simple. Plants convert solar energy into chemical energy which is stored in some carbohydrates or sugars and other organic molecules. So, when we study photosynthesis, I have seen students getting confused between so many structures like mesophyll cells, what is a mesophyll, what is chlorophyll, then the light reaction, then dark reactions, and then we have photosystems. So, everything gets jumbled up in our mind. I'll try to make things as simple as I can. This is a leaf. If we see the cut section of a leaf, we see this is the epidermis, the upper layer of a leaf, and this is the lower epidermis of a leaf. This part of a leaf is known as mesophyll, and if we see a single mesophyll cell, this is a cell in mesophyll. These green colored dots, they are actually chloroplasts. So where chloroplasts are lying, we should know first of all, they are lying in the mesophyll cells of a leaf, and 1 millimeter square of a surface area of a leaf can contain as much as 500,000 of chloroplasts, right? These are the stomata, lower epidermis of the leaf. And if we see a mesophyll cell, single mesophyll cell, it looks like this. And these chloroplasts, this single dark green dot is this chloroplast. And if we study the structure of a chloroplast, it looks like this. This is the structure of a chloroplast. So revising again, the leaf, the mesophyll layer in a leaf, this is a vein which will transport water and everything to the leaf. This is a single mesophyll cell, and we see the structure of a single chloroplast, then it is like this. Chloroplast has got these thylakoids. This single thing is known as thylakoid. This one thing is this thylakoid. And they are stacked, one thylakoid, another, third, fourth, fifth, like that. So this one stack of thylakoids, it is known as granum. Okay. This is the outer membrane of a chloroplast. The inner membrane, this is the inner membrane of a chloroplast. And now when we'll study the reactions, the light reaction, dark reaction, everything, then we will come across some words like photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, the reaction center, all those things. Where they are located? This diagram is showing the enlarged structure of a single thylakoid. This part is the membrane of a thylakoid. This is a single thylakoid. We are enlarging it over here, and this part is the thylakoid membrane. Here, in this thylakoid membrane, we have this structure in which we have the photosystem. The photosystem lies here. When a photon will come, then this photosystem will get activated, and the detailed process we'll study later But just to connect you to the whole thing, I've drawn this diagram over here. This part is the interior of the thylakoid. This part is the stroma, right? The special pair of chlorophyll A molecule, this special pair of chlorophyll A molecule, what it does we'll study in another videos. So these are the pigment molecules. These are the pigment molecules. And these arrow, they show the electrons they are being transferred. And this is the primary electron acceptor. Right? So we are studying the structure of a single thylakoid membrane in this diagram. Carbon dioxide will enter the leaf and oxygen exits by stomata. And one mesophyll cell, it has got 30 to 40 chloroplasts, and each chloroplast is 2 to 4 micrometers by 4 to 7 micrometers in size. Chlorophyll resides in the chloroplasts. I told you, we have seen the structure of a chloroplasts, and chlorophyll resides inside chloroplasts. And what is chlorophyll? It is the green pigment that gives green color to the leaves. Coming to the equation of photosynthesis. 6CO2 plus 12H2O plus light energy gives C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. This is the equation of photosynthesis. Actually, what happens? Firstly, a 3-carbon sugar is produced. When we'll study the reactions of photosynthesis in detail, we'll study that first of all, a 3-carbon sugar is produced and not glucose firstly. 12 molecules of water are used and 6 are produced. 6 are produced and 12 are used. So we can simplify this equation. We can directly write as 6H2O plus 6CO2 plus light giving C6H12O6 plus 6O2. This equation is actually a reverse of cellular respiration because the reverse of this happens in cellular respiration. That is true, but the actual reactions are not the reverse. If we further simplify this equation, we get CO2 plus H2O gives CH2O. This is a general formula of carbohydrates plus O2. In photosynthesis, we know that there are light reactions and there are dark reactions. Dark reactions are better known as light independent reactions, and they're also known as Kelvin cycle. Light reactions are the photo part of photosynthesis, and the dark reactions or the light independent reactions are actually the synthesis part of photosynthesis. In this diagram, I have given you an overview of what actually happens in photosynthesis. See, this is the diagram of a plant cell. This is the nucleus and the vacuole, everything I've drawn. This is the structure of a chloroplast, like I've drawn here, the chloroplast. Inside these chloroplasts, these are the thylakoids stacked together forming a granum. And when we study the diagram of this chloroplast here, we see this is the stroma, this whole part is the stroma. These are the thylakoids. And what is happening? First of all, when light energy falls on these thylakoids, what in the presence of water and light, the light reactions will give ATP and NADP by various procedures. These will be produced, ATP and NADH. They will be produced. Then the light independent reactions or the Kelvin cycle will use these two things, ATP and NADPH, to produce NADP and finally sugars. So we clearly see that the dark reactions or the light independent reactions are occurring in the stroma. while the light reactions, they are occurring in the thylakoid, and oxygen is produced here and sugars are produced here. Light reactions. What happens in light reactions? They convert solar energy to chemical energy. Yes, splitting of water occurs in light reactions. Hydrogen ions are generated and oxygen is given as a byproduct. Here we see oxygen is given as a byproduct. Chlorophyll absorbs light and light energy is used to transfer electrons and hydrogen ions from water to an acceptor called NADP. What will happen? This light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll and electrons are transferred so that we get, and the electrons, they are accepted by NADP. NADP will store them temporarily and NADP is hence reduced to NADPH. ATP is also generated by photophosphorylation. You can see ATP is generated here and NADPH is generated here. Hence, in light reactions, light energy is converted to chemical energy in the form of ATP and NADPH. Only chemical energy is generated in light reactions, not sugars. NADPH is passed to electron acceptors and reduces them. And ATP is, we all know that it's a currency for the cell. And in dark reactions, what happens? Calvin cycle is another name of dark reactions. Carbon dioxide from atmosphere is incorporated into organic compounds. Carbon dioxide is coming from the atmosphere and some carbon compounds are already present in the chloroplasts, and this process is known as carbon fixation. NADPH provides electrons which are given to this fixed carbon, converting it to carbohydrates. So this all happens in dark reactions in a nutshell. In this process, energy is also required and is provided by ATP. Which ATP? Which was produced in the light reaction. It is generated during light reaction. Since light is not directly required, they are known as dark reactions. They are not occurring in the dark or night, not usually. Actually, dark reactions occur during day only, not only in the daytime, but mostly because NADPH and ATP are adequately provided by light reactions, and light reactions occur only during daytime. Now, what is the site of light reaction? Site of light reaction is thylakoids and the site of dark reaction is stroma, as I've already told while explaining the above diagram. So this was all about an overview of the light reaction and the dark reactions and some of the important diagrams regarding photosynthesis. In the next videos, we'll go in more details of all these processes. Thank you for watching the video.